Alright, I'm going to talk about one of my biggest animal pet peeves, and that is black panthers. People often think of them as some mysterious standalone species. But here's the truth. They are not their own thing. In fact, they're not even their own species. Today, I'm going to bust the myth, and we're going to find out exactly what they are. By the end of this video, you're going to be an expert, and you're going to be able to correct people on this. Look, I even got a black one of these shirts just for this episode. And remember, nature is random and chaotic. Black panthers are my second biggest animal pet peeve, right behind venomous and poisonous, which I will cover another time. So many people believe that black panthers are their own species. This is a myth. So want to know what a black panther actually is? A black panther is a melanistic leopard or jaguar. Not jaguar, jaguar. Melanism is nature's goth phase. Too much dark pigment in the fur. Now their spots are actually still there, you just have to see them in the proper light. Melanism is a genetic mutation. When an animal gets an unusual amount of black or dark pigmentation to their skin or their fur. In this case, their fur. Basically, nature hit the stealth mode button. And full disclosure, big cats are my favorite. And in particular, jaguars are my favorite animal. They've been my favorite since the 3rd grade when we studied the Amazon rainforest. So I love when I get to talk about them. Now the word panther comes from the Latin name panthera, not the band, but a genus. And inside that genus includes tigers, lions, leopards, jaguars, and snow leopards. But not all of the panthera cats can rock the black coat. Only leopards and jaguars are actually melanistic. So many people might not even know what the difference is between a leopard and a jaguar. Well, leopards live throughout Asia and Africa, while jaguars live in Central and South America. Jaguars are heavier, bulkier, stockier, and have rosettes that are a bit different, while leopards are typically more lean and agile, sleeker. Jaguars are typically known to be larger than leopards. However, you could get an unusually large leopard that's larger than a big jaguar. But for the sake of it, we're going to say that jaguars are larger. Now, to be fair, it is sometimes very difficult to tell the difference between the two. So I'm going to put up a photo, give you a little time, and you can try to figure out which one is which. Okay, this one is leopard, this one is jaguar. And how you can tell is that the jaguar, in its rosettes, it has spots, while the leopard does not. This is the easiest way for me to be able to tell the difference between the two. So here's another challenge. Here's a photo where you don't get to see the rosettes. Which one is which? Alright, this one is leopard, this one is jaguar. Now here's a photo of a melanistic leopard and jaguar. I don't expect you to get this one right. This one's leopard, this one's jaguar. Very difficult to tell in their melanistic form. Something else interesting is that in jaguars, their melanism is dominant. So even if one jaguar parent had that melanistic gene, the cub could come out black. So a female could give birth to, say, 4 cubs, and 1 or 2 or 3 of them could turn out to be black. Now in leopards, it's different. The genes are recessive. So both parents would need to carry that gene in order for a cub to be black. It's like playing blackjack, but with genes. You never know how they're going to shuffle around. Now I do totally understand the confusion on why people could mix up what a panther is. I mean, in the US, we have the Florida panther, but the Florida panther is actually just a subspecies of the cougar, or mountain lion, or puma. They have so many different names. While cougars are large cats, they're not in the Panthera genus. And despite all the stories, there has never been a confirmed case of a cougar being black or melanistic. And back in the day, the English used to refer to leopards as panthers. The word panther has been confusing people for over 100+ years. Then it gets even messier. Pop culture didn't exactly help clear things up for us. There has been political movements called the Black Panthers. There have been sports teams called the Panthers. There's the Florida Panthers hockey team, which is referring to the Florida Panther as the Cougar. Then there's the Carolina Panthers NFL team, which is referring to a Black Panther. Then one of the most famous characters in all of film, Bagheera from the Jungle Book. He's one of my favorite characters in the Jungle Book, and I loved the Jungle Book cartoon growing up. There's been a handful of live action ones recently. They're not bad either, but this is the OG Bagheera. Then of course we have Marvel's Black Panther. His name is Black Panther, but his name should actually be Melanistic Leopard. Now Melanistic Leopard might not roll off the tongue as well, but it would be accurate. Well, here's an example of Melanistic Leopard the superhero. Yeah, it's not as cool, I know. And now we're going to take it to this goofball. This is Dave, co-host of Force of Nature podcast, and he's going to tell us a bit about our sponsor.
This episode is brought to you by
the greatest invention since the fork.
The spoon. What will you eat with it?
Wow, thank you, Dave, and thank you, Spoons. So how common are melanistic leopards and jaguars in the wild? Now globally, about 11% of leopards are melanistic, while globally around 6% of jaguars are melanistic. However, it is not evenly spread out. In places like the Western Ghats of India, you're going to find a lot more melanistic leopards than you are in Africa. And in the deep rainforests of the Amazon, you're going to find a lot more jaguars to be melanistic. So they are rare globally, but in some environments they are more common. I mean, that's nature for you. How does my catchphrase go? A common question could be, does that black coat give them any advantage or disadvantage in their environments? Well, in certain environments it could be an advantage. In dense, dark jungles, that black coat could be better camouflage for them when hunting. But in more open areas like a savanna, it could be more of a disadvantage, especially in the daylight. So what have we learned about black panthers? We learned that they are not their own species. They are in fact melanistic leopards or jaguars. They are rare globally, but in certain environments they are a lot more common. The word panther has been confusing people forever, and after this you should be able to correct somebody when they get it wrong. People love being corrected, trust me. Still, black panthers or melanistic leopards and jaguars are some of the coolest animals nature ever created. I hope you enjoyed the episode and you learned something new. If you want more long-form content, go ahead and check out Force of Nature podcast. We've got over 130 episodes covering all types of animal content. Animals, animal stories, animal attack stories, anything you want, go ahead and check it out wherever you get your podcasts. And if you dig this kind of myth-busting animal content, let me know in the comments. And also let me know what kind of other animal content you want me to put out. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. I will see you next time. This is a nice black shirt though.